Okay. So you're gonna make me write Project 4, okay? Yep. You know, okay. Well, first a rant, and then I'll get back to this. So, like, I'm just walking down the hall, and they're at like the other end of the building. There's this classroom, and they're taking like a midterm exam or whatever. I'm thinking, I should do that, right? You guys are doing all the work. The professor just sit up there, like she's got like some nice pretty screensaver on the screen, just there on her phone or whatever. It's like, what am I doing this for? But anyway, no, because that stuff sounds stupid. I come here to listen to myself talk. So Project 4. But they have those great tables in that room. Have you seen it? It's like that's the room that I want, and so why am I here? Anyway, next time I'll know to ask. Yeah. So Project 4. So here's how I'm going to approach it. Let's go back to IntelliJ. I got to go to the right project. It is not that one. It is this one. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk out loud and think out loud here. I want to understand like the architecture of it, and for me, I like to draw pictures first. So I'm going to. Oh yeah, here's the picture from this weekend. We'll just make another one here. Okay, let me draw the pieces parts. So actually, I kind of got it here a little bit, but I'll start it there. So okay, don't need to add the transitions to this one. So I've got two VMs. So let's see here. I'm gonna create a shape. I want a box, and here in one box, can I do this? Line top. Well, that's nice. Okay, so here I want my client JVM, and then I want a server JVM. So I've got this, and so this is the web server JVM, and this is Jetty. Okay, what do I want? Well, inside here, I've then got my servlet, and this. Let's see here. This is okay. So inside, okay. Yeah. Okay, so inside my servlet here, I've got what is the phone bill servlet? I think is the name of it. Phone bill servlet, and then over here, I've also got inside my client JVM. I want to start envision where my classes are. So it's just me drawing pictures. It's not proper UML or anything like that. I'm just trying to sort of get a handle on what I'm looking at here. So I've got my Project 4 main, and my Project 4 class uses was it phone bill client? I think was the name of it. No, phone bill REST client. What do I call that thing? Phone bill REST client. Yes, phone bill REST client. And so, like, it's this code then that calls that over there. And it does things like call get, and then a get with like with a customer name, or customer equals whatever customer name, and oops. It calls. It also calls that same URL, and then it also does a post, and then it's got a post with customer equals. I'll put a new line there. The customer name, and then let me go to the assignment to remember what all of the stuff is. So Project 4. That assigned last week. Project 4. Oh, right. It's also got to do the search. That's cool. And then, you know what? I never specify the names of the parameters for the post. So that's cool. I can do whatever I want. Huh. What do I want to do? I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. No, I don't. Oh boy, sorry. And A, I'm coding live. B, it's the end of the day. C, I'm like really hot and sweaty, so it's going to be dad jokes galore. You asked for it. Luckily, it's only an hour. I think hear me talk about design patterns. Won't that be fun? Okay, so what else do I need? I need to have the caller number, callee number, all of that stuff. Okay, caller number, callee number, the phone, start time and end time. Okay. Oh, and then this is a post to, well, it's the slash phone bill slash calls. Oops. With this, and then this is a post to slash phone bill slash calls with that. Oops. Okay. Now the project 4 has its main method, so this will be like the main method calls that, and phone bill rest client. What kind of methods do I need to have on that? I can have stuff like get all phone calls. Sorry, it's get phone bill for string customer name. Right, that's what this one does. Although that functionality isn't really in my command line program, so that wasn't that terribly interesting. But what is interesting is the create phone bill. So you know what? I'm just going to make that. Can you guys see that? Okay, yeah, you can. I'm going to make this font a little smaller so it looks better. So let's get phone call and then add phone call. I'm just gonna make it easy on myself. Have this be a phone call. Phone call also needs a customer name, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna start with this stuff, and then you can imagine. And I think from then the pattern for figuring out how to do like the search functionality and stuff should present itself. I like the phone bill rest client. I like abstracting out all of that stuff because I think it provides a clean interface between the Project 4 main and all of the rest stuff. Project 4 then will do some amount of validation on the input. So of course this has a string array args. Okay. Oh, and what do I need to do over here? There it has the do get and the do post. Okay. So that seems like it's all of the pieces parts. Now, how am I going to approach this? I'm going to do test driven because that's the way I do it. And like where I want to start is writing the integration test for a phone bill REST client. I think I will start there just so, because it just sort of makes sense to me. So I'm going to write this test, and it's going to fail. It's going to fail for a long time until I implement enough of my phone bill servlet to return all that stuff. Okay, well, let's get started. Enough drawing. It's time to code. Is that a question?
So both those get and posts are the direction from the client to the web server?
Yeah, I mean, it's initiated from the client, and then there'll be a response back. Yeah, good question. Yep.
If you send your start time as one parameter, does that mean you have to put it in quotes since there's spaces separating the date, the time, and the period? Or do you have three separate?
It has to be URL encoded. So sorry. Send it to where exactly? From the client to the server?
Right.
So you need to URL encode it. So right, when you put a space in the middle of a URL, like your browser will put a %20 there, or a plus. right? It's called URL encoding because, correct, the HTTP standard, which I think specifies URLs where there's a different URL RFC or something like that, you can't have a space character in a URL. Instead, yeah, and so then you have to encode spaces and parentheses, and there's a whole bunch of other special characters at ampersand, stuff like that.
So would you advise against separating it into 3 different parameters?
I don't know. Let's see what
That's
works.
I did.
I don't know. But actually, that's a very good. Oh boy, that is a very good point. Because now, I was initially going to be like, because now we need to figure out exactly the format of these things and what it looks like. I don't know now. So let's see here. I can, because like nowhere. Because the thing about the assignment is that I didn't specify anything about the format for all of this stuff. So I need to figure this out. I think the best way to figure out is to look at the client to see what's easiest for the client. So I'm going to start there. I am going to start with my phone bill REST client integration test. Phone bill REST client integration test. Okay, look at all of this fun stuff. Okay, so now it's time to start refactoring stuff. I'm going to rename. So remember that rename is Shift F6. So it says it's going to be remove all phone bills. And let's see here, test, okay, sorry, let's, new phone bill REST client, that doesn't need to change. Okay, so test 0, oops, remove all phone bills. So basically, as you'll recall from last time, this just cleans everything up at the beginning of the unit test runs, which is nice. So let's see here, an empty server contains no dictionary entries. I'm not ready for that yet. Actually, what is the first test that I want to write? I want to create one phone call, I guess. So, well, what happens? What happens if I try to query an empty server? I don't know. What happens if I try to query an empty server? So if there's not a phone bill, then should it say? I guess I should have some sort of error. Okay. Okay. So test empty server. It could be implemented that way. Well, actually, I don't think I want it to be an internal server error. Internal server error is like something went wrong on the back end. This is a valid state. So it's more like a stupid user exception. It's more like, hey, don't do that. So we'll figure out which error code to use, but we're not quite there yet. Okay, test 1. Okay, empty server throws no phone. Well, no such phone bill exception. And here we want to say, not get all dictionary entries. We want to say get phone bill. Yeah, get phone bill for. We need a client, and we need a phone bill name. So no such customer. And then we want to add that. What? No under. Oh, interesting. Can I change that? Customer name. Oops, didn't like it. What did I do like? Customer name. What? Rename reference. Yes. Okay. And get phone bill. Well, let's see here. This is going to return a string, which is the pretty phone bill. Actually, you know what? But I'm not really doing anything with that right now. So in here, I should expect that it throws a no such phone bill exception. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm writing a Java API around my REST API. For me, I like this because it keeps like the separation of duties really easy. I wouldn't want the thing that uses this to have to know what an error code 404 is type thing. Oh, that's probably what we should return, 404, right? Missing, yeah. So the intention of the phone bill REST client is that it wraps all of your interactions with the REST API in a nice Java API. So the things that use that, like Project 4, don't need to really know about all of the URL stuff and all of the HTTP stuff. It's, it keeps the separation of duties. It keeps the Project 4 good at what it's doing. It makes it good at what it's supposed to do, which is deal with the command line, not so much deal with the not so much deal with all the HTTP stuff. Okay, extends throwable, extends. I don't know. I want to make it a runtime exception. Okay, great. Okay, so now this is an integration test, and so I'm just going to turn off the rest of these for the moment. So now let's see here. Well, I mean, if I try to run this, it'll blow up because the server's not running. First of all, but let's just see what happens. Oh wait, that's something else. Oh yeah, here we are in this thing. Oh, this is my main. Yeah. Well, I'll just create a variable here, I guess. That'll have to change. Yeah, my Project 4 main is probably. It'll have to evolve quite a bit, but that's okay. How did it blow up? Untook exception. Okay, and then but it threw a connect exception instead of an instead of a no such phone bill exception. Not surprising there. Okay, so now let's go into get phone bill. It calls this .url, and now the response. So, okay. So now, okay, I'm just going to make the test pass by saying, throw new no such phone bill exception with the oops. This will be the customer name that gets passed in. Dave's doing it again. He's writing all this code, and none of it is actually like in the servlet yet. I want to learn how to write servlets. Don't worry, we'll get there. Okay. Xena? No. I've always wanted that to happen, by the way. Anyway, I'm sorry.
How do you modify the parameter and add the Java document?
Oh, it was renaming I think I renamed the parameter, and it renamed the IntelliJ Smart like that. Yep. Oops, what didn't it like? Oh yeah, because it called the URL and not running. Okay, so let me, in the background here, I'm going to go to the right project here. Yeah, this is it. I'm going to run Jetty run. Sweet. Okay, I ran that and it passed. Whoop-de-doo. But that's where we start with. Okay, so now the next one is, instead of define one word, it will be add one phone call. Create the client. So now instead of add dictionary, so all this stuff, instead of add dictionary entry, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to call it add phone call, and then there's the customer name, and then there's going to be a phone call object. Oops, guess what I need to create in this project, in my project 4. So actually, what I want to do, stop. I am going to copy. So this is something that you'll have to do also. I'm going to copy my phone call. Let's see here, Alt F1 project view. I'm going to copy this guy, and I'm going to paste him into my project 4 stuff over here. Paste. Phone call in that package in the phone bill 2. Yay. Question, yes.
If on your machine itself, if you copied those files into the new project folder, will
Same thing. That's exactly what IntelliJ does. It's a file system copy.
Okay.
Yep. Very good. I lost my place. Oh, I'm probably looking for the bad code that's complaining about it. Oops. That's an integration test. Okay, good. Has a phone call. Okay. Well, let's see here. Equals new phone call. I don't have very much stuff yet. Okay, so what's in a phone call? The caller number, callee number, and then start time, and then end times, end time. And we're going to create a local variable. It's going to be a string called the caller number. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to have a callee number, which is going to be another string. And then it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 1. And then we'll have a start time. And this will be a job equal date. And the start time is, does it matter? It kind of does. A new date. And then end time, create local variable end time, that's also a date. And then it will be, nice, okay, so system current time millis. And then the end time will be system current time millis. Oops, not that guy. System current time millis plus 10,000 milliseconds, 100,000, 100 seconds in the future. Okay, cool. It's saying, I don't like that, I don't have a constructor. I will create one. Yep. This dot caller number equals caller number. Create field, nice and final. I wish there was a shortcut. There might be a shortcut way to do that. I don't know. Callee number, watch me type. Oops, I screwed it up. I did. What? Yep. Yeah, that's what I want. Callee number. Super exciting. This dot start time equals start time. And this dot end time. Time equals end time. Nice. Okay. And since I'm here, I might as well just fill in these things. This dot caller number. This dot callee number. Callee number. Well, I'm not going to do that quite yet. Sorry, that was Command O to override. Get start time, return, return this dot start time, and override this dot end time, return this dot end time. Nothing more exciting than this. Okay, so this guy's still complaining. Oh, now I need to change this to a phone call and not definition. I'm going to call it call. Refactor. Yay. Okay. Now, so I'm going to add the phone call. How do I know it was added? I say, not get definition, but now I say, I think I already did it, right? This was get phone bill for the customer name, and here's the customer. Variable customer. Okay, customer, and this is going to be what it returns here is the pretty text. And oh yeah, right. I need to change it to return a string. There we go. Make phone, phone return. Yeah, I'm going to call it get pretty phone bill because just make it clear. Pretty phone bill, customer. Okay, and assert that pretty contains string caller number, callee number. Oh, actually contains string customer number. Assert that pretty contains string some pretty version of start time. Oh, I need to figure that out. What do I want it to look like? I am going to use date format. We'll agree to say date format long dot format. Oops, format. No. Oh, what do I have to do? I have to do. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. Date format equals date format dot get date time instance. Let's make it long. And no, that was right. Format dot format start time and format dot format end time. Okay, see what I've done here? So this is like this is kind of a big test, right? I mean, I go and I basically send all of this stuff to the server via all of this. So I create this. I have this client. I'm going to create a phone call add phone call, and then when I call get pretty phone bill for that customer, I expect that the pretty has all of this stuff in it: the customer name, the caller number, the callee number, and all of that. So that's why I got to get to pass. Let's see what it takes to do that. So, I mean, if I try to run this, what do I get? Yep. Post to my URL. Oh, look at all that good stuff. Really? What doesn't it like? Oh, because of the date. Because, oh yeah, phone call. I just can't send a phone call because all this requires is strings. Okay. Well, okay. If that's what I got to do to get it to work, then I'll do that to get it to work. So now, okay, this is where I send the post. So let's see here. What are we going to send in the post? Post parameters equals. It's going to be a new array of strings. So it's going to be. Oops, that's not word. It's not customer name. There we go. So it's going to be customer, right? Let's go back and look at the assignment. People following so far? You're awfully quiet. Now you might all have passed out from the heat by now, but no. Okay, eyes are open. Okay. Oh man, you poor people. I'm sorry. Okay. So like what I'm doing here now is I'm going to assemble the post URL. So customer equals name. So it's the customer parameter, and that equals name. And then I want all my stuff from the phone call. So, oops, I forgot the comma. This is where I really wish we had a literal map syntax in Java, which might be coming in a new version, but they don't have it today. So let's see. Whoa! I got like my so caller is going to be call.get caller. Callee is going to be call. Oops, is going to be call.getCallee. Start time is going to be call dot start time as the date. I don't want to do all this date formatting. You know what? We're setting an integer. Professor didn't say what it had to look like. Hell, I can pass it as an integer. Watch me go. You're not going to test it. I write the tests. Well, here again, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay. And then send it to those parameters. Okay. So now let's go back and run my test again. So hopefully it should compile. Nope, still doesn't like it. Oh yeah, map of string to string. Yeah. So
But that's your get pretty phone bill return map. Wouldn't it just be a phone bill?
well, because it's
Wouldn't it only be a map for if you needed to get all of them?
the map was actually a remnants of the dictionary thing, right? So I say it should return a string. Now, because it's pretty, you don't parse the pretty output. Probably what you would do in a real app. Okay, so you know what? I could have it return the text format, and then here in the client convert that text format into a phone bill and have it do that. I could have it do that. The assignment didn't really say. That might have been my intention at one point, but hey, just whatever it takes to get it to work. So, yeah, that's in the real world. In a real REST API, you would probably return the data in a way that can be parsed, like JSON or XML or something like that, or in your case, like your text file format. That would be neat, and probably if I was doing it for real, I would definitely do it that way. But here, the lesson is to learn how to use servlets, and that's just one fewer step. But yeah, your thinking is along the right line. I don't need all that. Okay. Nope. And then add phone call. This is, you know what? This whole project 1. This whole project 4 is out of line. Okay. I'm going to have to fix all this anyway, so just, I don't know. Is it going to complain? It's going to complain. Yeah.
So I understand that conceptually what is the server supposed to return?
Was the server supposed to return?
Right. What is that? Is it just a string?
It's HTTP. Well, it's HTTP with MIME type text. So yes, it's a text string. You can have HTTP return an image or whatever, right? But it's actually encoded as a string and then interpreted and stuff.
So if we give it a pretty flag, then that has to sit on the side of the front.
Mm-hmm.
Because it basically will take whatever return that text and format.
In this case, what's returned from the server is the pretty formatted, so you just pass it through to the client.
I see.
Yep. And we'll get to that hopefully at the end. You don't get what?
Cat.
Yeah, what was that, man? Really? Really? Oh, man. No shootings on campus, please. My wife hates that kind of stuff. More shootings. Yeah, that's just not cool. Oh, well. Okay. On that happy note, let's see if it compiles. Hey, violence. Okay. Debug. What failed? Why did it fail? Because an HTTP status of 412. Okay. Now it's time to look at the server side. So we have our client. What our client does is it makes this post. And when I want to know why it got a 412. So actually, I realized, did I run this in debugger mode? I probably didn't. So as we all remember from the bonus, yay, it's still there in my history. Okay, we export MavenOps to enable debugging. We run the debugger again. We attach to the debugger. We set, where is the server? Actually, probably already have a, we run this again. Oops, it didn't stop. Why didn't it? Probably because I didn't servlet. Oh, because it was on the post. I don't have a do post. Let's try it again. There we go. Here I am in the post. Okay, so 412. What the heck does 412 mean? Oh, that would do it. Okay, so it's like missing required parameter. Precondition failed. Precondition is 412. Okay, duh. Okay, so now I need to start fixing my server. Okay, so okay, here's where I'm at. I wrote my integration test because that helped me understand sort of what I need to do eventually, right? I'm looking at my map of the world here, and it's like I need to understand sort of all of this stuff. So I did that. Now I need to work on the server side. Now, because I'm on the server side, I want to start developing my servlet. Now I want to write a unit test for my servlet to get started. So let's do that. And let's write something similar, I guess, for the, well, it doesn't have to be too similar. Okay, now we can write something similar for the for this phone bill servlet. So phone bill servlet. So servlet test. Okay. Initially, servlet contains no dictionary entries. Well, you know, let's do that too. Okay, so initially, servlet contains no phone bills. So now, what do I want to do? I want to say, okay, if I invoke my servlet with a customer name and the customer name doesn't exist, it should get a 404. Right? So now I'm just looking on the servlet, right? So we sort of sketch things out for the client side. I like, for me, I've found it's more effective to think about the client and what the client needs first and then implement what the client needs, as opposed to implementing what you think is right for the client, and then you end up forcing the client to work with your implementation. You get tight coupling, you get hard to use interfaces. So start with the customer, make the customer happy, and then it's your job to do that and make the customer happy in the way the customer wants to be happy. If you write your code like that, you'll end up with happy customers, which is the goal here because the customers pay you money, right? Yes, and money lets you do nice things like take classes at Portland State. Okay. So we have all this stuff with Mockito. Oh, interesting. This is a little different. Okay, so now what I want to say is this. So I want to say when mock response dot is the get parameter, right? Get parameter. Whoops. When mock. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Get mock response dot get parameter is invoked with customer. Then return whatever my customer name is. Customer. So this is simulating, or this is mocking out a request, a URL that has customer equal, little customer equals customer equal. So this is the same customer parameter that I use over here in my REST client. It's that customer right there, right? It's the thing that goes on the well, not exactly the same thing because it's the post. You'd want to do the get, but it's the same. It's that same customer parameter there. It's the same customer parameter that's here in your assignment, right there. Okay. Phone bill servlet test. Oh, that's not right. That should be customer name. Okay. So when the servlet is invoked with customer equals customer, that's cool. And now when I get that and there's nothing, I expect that set status is SC not found 404. Okay. So now when I run this, oh yeah, I don't need to be debugging anymore. I can stop the debugger. Let me stop debug session. That's so nice of it. Oh, it failed. arguments it wanted. It wanted 404, but it got 200. That kind of surprised me. I thought I was going to get another one of those 4, whatever the heck. Okay, well, that's obviously wrong. So, okay, so now it's time for me to implement this. So I'll go back to my servlet. And do what? Okay. Well, so I'll say, yeah, it's a post. Oh, what's the get? Oh, yeah, here it doesn't have that. Okay, so get parameter. Okay, so now instead of word parameter, this is going to be the customer parameter. Customer parameter, and I'm going to change its value to customer. As a matter of fact, while I'm there, I'm going to go back to my test. And, oh, wait, is that dude public? It is. Well, it's public enough. I'm going to say, and so instead of hard coding customer here, I'm going to say phone bill servlet dot customer parameter, and I'm going to do a static import to get rid of that so it's easier to read. Okay, so when the customer parameter is customer, there's nothing else. There hasn't been a phone bill created yet. So now I need to change the logic inside my servlet to, in the do get, when I get the customer parameter, it's not going to be the word, this is going to be the customer. And for right now, I'm just going to say, write phone bill for customer. Oh, I need to have the response in there too. Create method, yep, right, phone bill. And I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff because we don't need it. And for right now, all I'm going to do to make the test pass is I'm going to say response.set status, and I'm going to say sc not found. Nice. Okay. So now I've got that. Okay. That's a place to start. Now, what is the next test that I want to write? Well, next, I actually want to mobile servlet test. So I got that guy to pass. Initially, servlet contains, oops, no phone bills. Add one word to the dictionary. Nope, add phone bill. Add phone bill to add phone bill. Okay. Now, now we got to have all of the phone bill information here. So now, what do we want to do? We want to say the following. We got to create a phone bill. So now we're going to have. I want to validate this. Okay, so now we got to have all the phone bill, all the information about a phone bill. So including a customer name. Yeah, I'll just delete this. Customer name, customer, and the litany of stuff. String. Actually, well, I got to make sure that. These strings are. Well, I'll refactor that later. I gotta make sure that they're the same as the ones that we used here. So I'm just going to copy and paste this so I don't mistype anything. And it's much easier for me to just do this. Caller equals 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever the heck. Oops. String callee. Oh, wait a second. Nah, I'm not doing this right. I want both. Nah. Oh well. String start time. Actually, it's not. Well, it's actually a. It is. This will now start time will come in as a long. But let's just say string.value of system.current millet right there, and then oh, I kind of got it. Okay, and then end time equals this, and I'll just do that 10,000 again, or 100,000. Okay, that should be a log. Okay, so now I'm missing something. Wait, customer, caller. No, I guess it's right. Okay, don't need a definition anymore. Now, I gotta mock out all of these parameters. So customer, oops. We need that to be customer. So customer equals customer. Caller equals caller. Callee equals callee. Start time. Oops. Start time equals start time. End time equals end time. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna stop. Someone explain to me what all of this is right here.
So essentially, I'm assuming since we're mocking, like, if we're doing a customer call, then we're supposed to return the customer name. We're pretending that's actually happening and simulating it.
Right, you're simulating what your request does when it's interrogated. So when you're saying, hey, when it's called with caller, return this value, the string caller, et cetera, et cetera. So you're training your mock object here, right? And so this is sort of like, oh yeah, right, you sort of do it. But then if we went and debugged it, when it was called, you would see that it returns the value that I expect. Good. Okay. So now, when we call do post with all of this, we expect that. Do we really write anything to it? No, I don't think we write anything to it. But then we want the response to be a COK. Now, okay, but so that's like, okay, it was successful. But now we want to verify what? We want to verify that a phone call was created. And so then, instead of get definition, we're gonna have we're gonna have get phone bill for our customer, and it's gonna be a bill, and this is gonna be a phone bill. Phone bill. I need to go copy the class again, so let me go find it from my project one here. Phone bill. Copy phone bill into the same directory here. And paste it. I got my phone bill. It's all in the right place. Nice, that's my phone bill. Super sweet. Okay. And I gotta get phone bill, return a phone bill. Things aren't going to be happy. But what do I need to know about that bill? I want to say bill.getCustomerName. Get customer equals to customer name. I want to say the following. I want to say, well, bill.getPhoneCalls. I'll put this into a variable. I'm going to call it calls. Assert that calls dot size equal to 1. Phone call call equals collections. How do I get a single element of that? Collections. Come on, spell it right. Collections dot get. I mean, that's a Google thing. Who cares? Calls. Dot iterator dot next, and then assert that call dot get caller equal to caller. Okay, what am I doing here? You're probably asking yourself the same thing. Sorry. Get start time equal to, that's a little bit more interesting. Sorry, I got to fix this here. Because I want that, I want this thing to be the start time. So I'm going to inline this. That's cool. I'm going to inline this. That's cool. I'm going to say that the real start time is this thing. Variable, call it distance occurrence. It's going to be start time. So I'll put it up here. And then this thing is going to be right here. Yeah, hey, it's test-driven development, which means I write more code for my tests than I do for my implementation, and that's okay, right? Because the code that I write for my tests makes sure the implementation is doing the right thing. It keeps my implementation nice and small and compact because it only does what it needs to. Okay, and so then I expect that the start time is a new date for the start time, and then I expect that my end time is equal to new end time. Okay, so what do I do here? I make this, I call the do post with this mock object, and I say, oh yay, the post returned SCOK, but there's another side effect of it, which is that it creates a new phone bill and a new phone call and stores it off someplace that I can then retrieve with a call to my servlet, which was servlet.getPhoneBill. And then I get that phone bill, and I make sure it's the phone bill I expect. It's got the right customer name, it's got one call, and all that call has the right information. So if this works, I know that when I call post with those arguments, poof, the right phone call, the right phone bill gets created. Okay, let's run it and watch it fail. It's a long thing. Oh, it doesn't look like. String can't be a phone bill. Yes. Okay. Throw new unsupported operation exception, not implemented yet. Does at least build. What structure? I don't want that. Was that happy? That seemed happy. Now I'm going to run my, phone bill servlet test again. I'll run this dude. Control-Shift-10. It blew up. It blew up, saying, okay, service status 200 was not invoked. Instead, send error with 412. The required parameter definition is missing. Well, that's clearly wrong. And oh look, it tells me where it was invoked, so now I can go and fix it. Actually, it doesn't tell me exactly where it was invoked. So now I need to, how about I just debug this guy, and now I can. I'm here in my do post. Oh yeah, this is what needs to change right here. Okay, stop debugging and let's fix it. Okay, it's going to return plain text. I'm not dealing with words anymore. As a matter of fact, all of this stuff I'm just going to delete and start over again. Okay, so instead of word, this is going to be customer. Oh yeah, the customer parameter again. That's neat. If customer is null, then I said it wasn't customer. Oh, wait a second. That doesn't seem right. Did that get invoked? Let's debug and find out. I'll make it a little smaller so we can see the whole thing. Oh yeah, customer is customer. Sweet. Oh, good. It's happier now. Okay, I think. Yep, that thing passed. Now this is going to fail. And yeah, I got some exception someplace. I'm just going to continue on and have it tell me what the exception is. Oh, not implemented yet. Call is to get phone bill. Okay, nice. So now we got to get a phone bill. Okay. This dot bills dot get. Oops, word. You know what word that is? Customer name. Customer. Better name for it. Bills. Let's create a field called bills. It's not going to be composite data, wherever the hell that is. Map. of string customer names to phone bill. Yay, equals new hash map. Well, now I implemented it. I'll just rerun this guy. Null pointer exception, add phone bill. Oh yeah, because bill is null. Okay, well first of all, I guess we should try to add another assert. Assert that bill is not null. Does that work? Run this one more time. Still got null. Oh really? Huh. Well, anyway. Okay, let's just fix it. Okay, so get phone bill was null. Why was get phone bill null? We never put anything in there. Okay, so now phone bill equals get phone bill for the customer. If bill equals null, create a new phone bill for that customer. Customer, there is none. Well, let's create one then. String customer, dot customer. Nope. Equals customer. Create field, string customer, super sweet. Get customer, let's just save ourselves a step here. Return this dot customer. Cool. Okay, now let's go back. Okay, so now we have a new phone bill. Why doesn't it like this? Oh yeah, it's never used. Okay, now what do? We need to make a, we need to get all of the other parameters. So we need to get the caller equals get parameter caller parameter. Create constant field blah. Caller parameter equals caller. Make sure I get everything spelled correctly. Okay. Oh, yeah, and I need a request in there, don't I? Yep. Okay. We'll do the same thing. Wash, rinse, and repeat, but it's what you need to do. Callee. Start time. Yeah, okay. End time. End time parameter. I don't know how to make this go faster, but you can always watch it fast forward. Okay, so I think that's all the stuff we need there for the phone call. Okay, and now we need to create a phone call. Equals new phone call. Do I have a whole bunch of constructor parameters? I do. So caller number, callee number, date. Okay. So now I'm going to say new date. Hum or not. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Start time. Oh, you know what? I need to check all of these. You'd have to check to see if any of these is missing. I'm not just going to skip over that for the because I don't have a unit test for it. Yeah, right. That's good. Okay. So now I want to create those dates there. So fine. Java util date equals new date of long.parseLong of start time. You know what? I'm just going to, what isn't like there? It might be null. Yeah. And then start time, start date. Right. Do the same thing for end date. I'm not happy with this. End time, end date. I see some duplicate code. I'll refactor that later. Okay, create the call, and then I'm going to say bill.add phone call call. Okay, now let's run it. Yep, what doesn't it like? Null pointer exception. Oh, yeah.
So it seems like there's a lot of weirdness, especially when we're relating to the dates, because of the way that we used date previously and the way the dates can interact here.
Mm-hmm.
So, should maybe it's a possibility to just scrap the date. Suppose, like, put it back in string format.
You got to validate it. Yeah, part of the assignment is figure out how to use date. In general. I guess I'm not going to, but if you use a date, you get the nice formatting for the pretty printer, so at the end of the day, you're going to have to use date. But yeah, it's a pain. It's unfortunate. Why is this guy returning null? Maybe I don't understand this. Got a null pointer exception in the assert that. I don't assert that bill is not null. Is not null. Does this thing take a class? Nope. Because bill ought to be null here. So debug. Oh my god, no, it ought not be null. Okay, continue on. Bill is, wait for it, null. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, I know, I forgot to put it in the map. So, but why does it get a null pointer exception? Well, mysteries of, oh wait a second, I think I might know why. Nope, it's Hamcrest. So, okay, don't know, but let's just fix it instead. So back to the servlet. We did the important job of creating the bill, but we never added it to the bills. Add. What is bills? Oh, put. Customer and then bill. And then film bill server test. Oh, still no satisfaction. Okay, so something about the is not null is just not happy. I'm just going to try it again. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, now it passes. Okay, that is not null, then didn't do what I think it ought to have. Okay, now, sorry, now I gotta fix it. Not null value. So maybe is not null doesn't work with that. Ooh, I don't understand why. Okay. Okay, this test passed. What does that mean? What? Turn it in? I don't know. Right. So okay. So now I've written a unit test for my servlet, and I do a post where when I set in these parameters, I should get a phone bill back, or at least internally it creates the phone bill. Okay, that's neat. Let's go back to the integration test and see how that works. Now let's see here. Where'd my integration test go? Oh, it's been so long since I've used it that it's fallen off my. Oh, there it is. So let's see here. Well, now if I run this again, it's going to blow up because I got the 412. But you know what? I need to kill my server. The server's been running forever, right? 29 minutes. Why? It seems like only yesterday that we started all of this. Okay, so now I'm running it again. I'll recompile all the code because I made changes to the servlet. You got to restart Jetty in order to get the changes recompiled in. Yeah, I think there is a way to do it. I don't trust it. It never works for me. And because it's a really quick it's like whatever it was, 5 seconds. So it's like that I'll pay for. Now if you have a big web application, it takes 30 seconds to rebuild. Then the exploded war or whatever it's called, is a good option. So now if I run my integration test, it blew up. Why did it blow up? no such phone bill exception. Well, wait a second. So I call get pretty phone call. Oh, it's okay. So it got this far. Anyway, that's interesting. Okay, get pretty phone bill called no such phone bill exception because, well, that's the only thing it does. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want it to, well, I want to, okay, so the first thing, yeah, so I want to do is then say I want to return the response.get content. So this is what's ever written to the URL then gets spat back. So that is the REST client. It's not the server side, it's client code. So I can just rerun this. Don't need to worry about restarting Jetty. Now it blew up for another reason because it contained, okay, it wanted a string called customer, but instead was not found. Right. So what does my servlet do? Let's do post. Where's do get? Oh, interesting. It said not found. Well, write phone bill. What does this do? Oh, it just says not found. Well, that'll do it. Okay, let's implement that. But I'm running my. Let's implement. Let's implement the unit test first. So basically, okay, here. Okay, now that I've got a phone bill, now I want to be able to pretty print it. Basically, that's what this is doing. So okay. Let's go back to the servlet test again. And I've probably been going for more than an hour, but you know what? I'm on a roll. No, not that much on a roll. Add phone bill, and now I guess I want one which is get returns pretty phone bill. Nope, I need a void there. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to have my servlet. Ultimately, here I'm going to, actually it's going to be a lot like this one, right? Here, instead of, now when I call all this stuff, okay, now when I call this, oops, what doesn't it like? Oh, probably a, oh, it doesn't have a servlet. Oopsie. Now, let's see here, exceptions doesn't like. Okay, so now I want it, what I'll want is SCOK. And I also want to verify, that the mock writer, mock print writer was its print line method. Print line method was invoked with all sorts of stuff about the phone call. Okay, so I'm going to write a really dumb pretty printer that just does, I don't know, the customer name and the toString of the phone call, something like that. So now I need to create a phone call in my servlet. I could like call do post, but you know what? It seems overkill here. I'm just going to, because I'm writing a unit test. It's okay to sort of break into the objects. And so before I do all this stuff, actually I'm going to do that up here. I'm going to say servlet dot add phone bill. Well, yeah. Oops. Yes. Yes. Rename reference. No. What does that mean? Yes. Okay. So it doesn't like that. I don't know why. So on servlet, here, I'm going to do that. Now can I create the method? Yes. Create the method. Yes, it's very nice. Now I'm going to add the bill here. Okay, that's very nice. Yeah, okay. Add phone bill as first parameter. Yay. So now I'm going to go back to here. and I'm going to say this dot bills dot put bill dot get customer, and then bill. And so this is actually this is just for testing, visible for testing, and I'm going to also replace this with add phone bill. That's the same code. Okay, now I've got that. So now I'm able to create a phone bill. Oops, wrong one. Phone bill servlet. No, I want the test. Okay, so now I add a bill, but that bill needs some interesting stuff. So bill.add phone call. I'm going to give it a call. Create variable. Phone call. Oh, you know what? I really don't care about all this stuff. I just need to know that's the right thing. So we're going to do that. And new date. And you know what? We'll see if that's good enough. Okay, so add phone call may produce a null pointer exception. That is true. Okay, so I create my servlet. For testing purposes, I add a phone call to it, so it's got one. And then when I call doGet, I'm going to have a pretty printer that, first of all, prints the customer name. And then also, the second thing that it does is it prints the toString for the phone call. This is just going to be sort of simple stuff. Run it again. Not found. Okay, that's not surprising. So now when I call doGet, and it says write phone bill, actually let's call it write pretty phone bill. Pretty phone bill for the customer. Oops, for the customer. We're going to get the phone bill for the customer. Bill equals get phone bill for the customer. Now, only if that phone bill is null do we say not found. Otherwise, we're going to we'll pretty print it, which you'll use a good pretty printer. I will do something silly like well, let's say response. Oops. Response dot get writer. Put that into a variable. We'll call it sure. We'll call it writer. We'll add some exceptions. And we'll say writer.println, and then the bill.customer name, customer, and then we'll say bill.get phone calls for each, and then we'll say call to writer.println call. Yay! Okay, lambdas. And let's try it again. Oh, and then we need to say everybody's happy. Nope, still doesn't like it. What doesn't like? It said expand. Oh, interesting. Good. Okay, now we got to debug this thing. Add phone call. That should be. Wait, test 2. Add 1 phone call. Oh, I was wrong. I was.
Capital C.
No, it's still saying not found. Okay. So it's like here is where I need to debug it because it's not doing the right thing. Oh, wait, client dot. What am I looking at? This is the rest. Sorry, I'm running the wrong test. I want the servlet test. This is the one that I want to run. Okay, it doesn't like it. Printer that, but has different arguments that. Oh, really? Oh, interesting. What doesn't it like? One has quotes and the other one doesn't? Arguments are different. Wanted print writer.println that at 106. Actual invocation has different arguments. Well, one has double quotes, the other one doesn't, but why would that make a difference? Is there something subtle that I'm missing? Yeah, it's those double quotes. That seems like a bug. No, that's weird. Help me understand why that is. Hamcrest, you're breaking my heart. Actual has different arguments. So is it? It is. Well, it's not the output; it's the side effect of it. When it calls println on the two-string. Oh, ha ha ha! Oh, that was subtle. Magnifique. It was telling me the right thing. It was saying, hey, I was expecting a string, but what you sent me was that, which is the two-string of the object. Let me fix it and maybe it'll make more sense. See, the computer's rarely wrong. I'm expecting it to be call.toString, but in my servlet, when I call it, I am sending the call itself. So what I need to do is I need to say call, and I need to say writer.println of call.toString. The output ends up being the same because toString is invoked underneath the covers, but like what I'm sending to println and what then I'm verifying, my mock was called with, was the object itself. So I think that should pass now. Watch it fail. No, it passed! Yay, huzzah! Stop debugging. Okay, okay. Sweet, so now I've got my pretty printer. All set. Okay, it's probably ugly as sin, but you know what? This doesn't get graded. Okay, so once more with feeling. Now let's try the integration test. I think we're almost done. REST client, try this one again. Let's see how this fails. Oh, stop. Why am I still debugging? Okay. Oh, not found again. Okay, let's try debugging it, see what happens. Okay, I'm in the post. Let's run all the way down to here. Run to cursor. My bill is here. Bill.add phone. Oh, wait. What is this? This is the post? Oh, no, it should be there. So let's see here. Bill is that. So now, okay, I'm down here. If I then call evaluate expression, if I then call this.get phone bill. Well, actually, if I just say this.bills. So it should be there. Yep, there's one. Capital C customer's phone call with 2 bills. Yay. Okay, so now if I do get customer is null. Customer is null. Oh. Why might customer be null? Yeah, we never set the customer name. Okay. Okay. Try it again. That's the post. We think that works. Do get customer. Ooh, equals customer. Okay, now let's see what happens. Test still failed. What doesn't it like? Oh, expected string containing. Oh yeah, that thing. I need to format the. Yeah, I wasn't very smart about that. Yeah, okay, I need to format it correctly. So okay, let's just change that real quick on the. I guess it's on the phone call class. Yeah, it's the phone call class. Okay, so phone call. Is this the way? Is this the right one? No. Really? Wait, it's not. It is. Okay, so instead of just saying start time, we need to do the following. We need to say date format dot get date time instance. No, it's not this. Wait a second. Oh, okay, fine. Date format dot long, right? I think that's what it was. Yeah, date format dot long. Dot format this dot start time. I'm going to actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this into a method. So date, and then all this I'm going to turn into a method called format date. I'm going to inline that. Now I say the same thing for get end time string, which is return format date this dot end time. Okay, so I did that, and that's probably not going to mess up anything on my unit. Oh, I should run my unit tests again, though. So let's stop debugging. Is anybody debugging? Yeah, somebody's debugging. I'm just going to stop all that. Okay, good. And now I'm going to go to the servlet test, phone bill servlet test. Well, I'm just going to run everything. And I've broken other things, actually, here in the process. Let's find out. So let's here, does add phone bill work? That's cool, and that's the thing that does the get phone calls, so I guess it's okay. Let me run everything else while I'm at it here in the phone bill. Everything, oh good, everything passed. Okay, now I changed something on the server side because I changed the phone call, so I need to restart that. It's messed up my terminal. And now I'm going to go back to my integration tests. And I'm going to, I just restarted, so it's okay for me to run this. All tests passed. I don't believe that, really? All tests passed. Okay. I think something's going to fail. Yes. This guy failed because it didn't throw a no such phone bill exception anymore. Because the following, because we didn't say, there's this throw exception, if not okay, HTTP status. Okay. Throw exception, if not okay, response. And here we need to say, if it's not okay, do that. If code equals HTTP not found, then else throw new phone bill, no such phone bill exception. But you know what, I don't have the customer name here, and I could, okay, so probably, oh, what the heck, oops. Let's just do this. String customer name, customer equals response dot get content. We'll have to fix that. Oh, actually, we won't because we don't verify that. So now I don't think I need to recompile on the server side. Make sure we can run on the client side, and it's all happy. Okay, so I think my tests are passing. So let's find out for sure. I totally wanted that dude to break out into the song Kung Fu Fighting right now. That'd be so awesome. Okay. So I run a Maven clean verify. Let's just see what happens. So this is going to run all my unit tests. It's going to run all of my integration tests. Oh, please, dear Lord, pass because I'm ready for a break. Oh, something failed. What didn't it like? Oh, words and definitions and stuff like that. Project 4 IT. Oh, yeah. We didn't do anything with the command line. Well, who cares? Project 4 IT. I think we can just ignore the whole class. Ignore. Once more with feeling. Oh, I guess I could just run the integration test, but whatever. So while I'm praying that this passes, let's review what we did. So, what? Oh, I thought it. Why is it running Project 4 IT? I told it not to. Did I? Thank you. Project 4 IT. So, okay. So the request was, show me how to do Project 4, okay? And of course, in typical Dave fashion, I went really fast into test-driven development, which may be different from how you think, but you asked for it. So here's what I did. First thing I did is I drew a picture. For me, I need to understand, I need to see the playing field. I need to see the moving parts. I need to understand how things interact. So that's me. So the first thing I did was I drew a picture. And what I drew is a picture of like, here again, it's the pieces parts. It's the, okay, there's this, and I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I got the client, I got the server, because remember, man, this has like more moving parts than I'm used to. So it's got two JVMs, and they talk to each other, and what things inside the JVMs talk to each other? Well, I've got Project 4, which is the main, I've got this program, this phone bill REST client. That does a lot of the crazy heavy lifting when it comes to all of the HTTP and REST stuff. I'm going to focus there. Okay, what that thing does is it talks GET, and it talks POST off to my servlet. Okay, I sketched out sort of my API. I don't know if this has actually ended up being the right methods or not. I think I renamed some stuff. That's okay, right? It's just sketching out, trying to figure out everything. And I do a get, and I do a post, and I had to deal with my servlet. Okay, so then I attacked that whole problem. Actually, wait, did it pass? Yes. Okay. And then what I did is I just started implementing it. Now, I kind of went in an interesting order. Oh, please tell me, what did you get a picture of? What's the picture of?
Oh, the pictures of the screen, but I got it right when it was changing.
Oh, it wasn't like me going like this? That's what I was hoping for.
No, I got it like right in the,
okay.
In the middle, so it's got like both backgrounds.
Nice. Okay. Darn, I really wasn't. Stupid Dave. Anyway, so then what I did is I just started fleshing it out, and the first thing I had to figure out is like, what exactly does the REST API look like? How does GET work? How does POST work? And I kind of played around. And here again, it's all about understanding what to expect. Remember when we did that exercise with like the given, when, and then? That's the way I think about it. It's like, well, okay, when I do this, when I've got this condition, when I perform this operation, like when I call this, when I call something on my phone bill client, or when I send the servlet, when I call the do get on the servlet with these guys, then I expect something to happen. And I sort of sketched all this stuff out first in my test, saw it fail miserably, and then incrementally implemented more of my servlet. And because I had my tests, I sort of knew everything worked okay, so I could forget about what I did 10 minutes ago because I got a test to verify it. So that's how I approached it. And I went really fast, so you can go back and watch it at your own pace. But that was me. And that's how I approached it. You are going to approach it the way you're going to approach it. So, there's nothing wrong with like, hey, I don't want to do a lot of Mockito stuff. If you just want to write your servlet, great. It's going to take you a long time to debug it, though, because you don't have tests and you're not writing your unit tests. So I encourage you to take what I've done. I'll do you all a favor and check it in. And let's see. This is on master. So began implementing project 4 with unit tests, integration tests, and servlet. So that should be up on GitHub now, or it will be as soon as that gets pushed. So take a look at what I did. You can use it. They showed it all to you. There's more to be done, I guess. Well, I don't know. I did a lot of it. No, you need to implement like the ability to search, I guess, and a whole lot more input validation, right? So you got all that stuff to do. So, any questions on that? No. Okay. Well, let's take a break until 8 o'clock. Is anybody coming back? No, seriously. Design patterns, completely optional. Need to know kind of the advanced and advanced programming, but it's hot, it's late, and I know you guys have other stuff to do. So make your call. You're not going to offend me either way, but if no one's here, I'm going to leave. So, okay, awesome. 10 minutes, everybody. Thanks.